Hello, everybody. My name is Herpelnerp, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about Halo Infinite. As you can see, I'm just playing with bots because I just want to chill out and have a little talk with you about the state of Halo Infinite. And you know what? Oh yeah, I also adjusted my mic quality, so hopefully it sounds good now. But I'm getting I'm starting to lose my patience with Halo Infinite. I'm not going to lie. I think when it comes to the community and how they've been handling Halo Infinite, I've definitely been on the very patient side of things. Just, like, okay, I can understand some things and why they're doing this or that. I understand why the game launched in the state it did, because the game restarted a few times in development. But as things with this new drop pod update, and I wouldn't say there's anything necessarily wrong with the drop pod update at all. It's more so the idea of these are issues that shouldn't have been issues in the first place that are now finally getting fixed after months. And yeah, I'm just starting to lose my patience with the game. Oops, I hit the mic there. I'm just starting to get unstable packet loss. What? But no, I'm starting to feel the impatience starting to hit me. And I want things to get better. I really do. Like, I think what I'm especially losing my patience with is the progression system. Like, who isn't at this point? Like, you have, how do I even say it? Are the bots on Spartan? Yes, they are. Obviously no one likes the challenge system. I think there are some pros and cons to it. Like, I wouldn't say it's as bad as people are making it out to be, but I myself am starting to get very annoyed at it. Like, here's a good example. Like, here's something that I actually like about the challenge system, is that every single milestone just requires you to get 1,000 XP. Like, if it was like a regular battle pass progression system, what I really hate about those, like, let's take the one from Halo the Master Chief Collection, where you reach the next milestone. Like, let's say rank 1, you need to get 1,000 XP. Then rank 2, you need to now get 1,100 XP. And the amount just increases, like, and to me, it became annoying for me to want to play, well, of course, when I play the Master Chief Collection, I'm playing it for the game, like, but there's some things in there, in the free battle passes, or whatever you want to call it in that game, that I really want to get, like the Kiss helmets from the I don't know what it was called, Banville? But like, I'm like rank something in the game where the XP is in the millions, and each time I level up, I have to gain that million XP again, but now with even more. To me, it just becomes like a tiring grind. But they offset this with the challenge system. Halo MCC's challenge system, where they give you like free vouchers to put into the battle pass. I'm just gonna call it a battle pass. But with Halo Infinite, it's, you have to do challenges. You are forced to do these things, but at the very least, every tier just requires you to get the same XP threshold, and I like that. I like this consistency of them, But the problem comes with the challenges. And you know what? I wouldn't say the challenges would be that bad if they were much more forgiving. Like, here's one for example, like kill enemy Spartans and Team Slayer. And with that objective, it specifically wants you to play the Team Slayer in the game list. It doesn't, you cannot play any other kind of Team Slayer. You cannot play Fiesta, which is a Team Slayer. You cannot play Entrenched, which is a Team Slayer. You cannot play, what else? You get Attrition, that's a Team Slayer. You can, Team Snipers, that's a Team Slayer. You're not allowed to play those. You have to specifically play Team Slayer. You cannot play any other variation of it. You must play the Team Slayer playlist. You cannot play any variations that are a Team Slayer. And you know, if that kind of thing existed, it would make the challenge system so much more tolerable by just making everything a little bit more open, just a little bit more open until we get a proper progression system, right? Like it's not a long-term solution. It's just another band-aid patch until like we get like a proper progression system. And I hope they copy the one like I need some water. I hope they copy like the Master Chief collections, because despite what I said about it, you know, its challenge system offsets a lot of the issues. And not only that, but those I don't know, the vouchers are very easy to obtain as well. And hold on, I'm gonna jump cut. Alright, I lost my train of thought of what I was gonna say. I know I was talking about the battle pass and progression system. So yeah, I've lost all my patience with the challenge system. If it was just more open, it would be 100% more tolerable. But I just can't stand it anymore, especially with like how situational some of the challenges can be. And what I especially hate about it is the ones that force me to do shit I don't want to do, like play ranked. I have absolutely no interest in playing ranked whatsoever. Stop trying to make me play ranked. But yeah, what else? So with the latest update, people, and you know what? Previously with Team Snipers, this one I don't really understand, but I remember people getting really pissed off at Team Snipers. And I think it has to do with, because I wasn't really aware of the hoopla. I kind of stopped playing Infinite for a bit. But I think people were pissed off that Team Snipers had carbines and manglers as secondary weapons, which breaks the point of Team Snipers. And you know what? I would agree. Although I think it can make for, like, having that kind of, like, a secondary weapon of those kinds could make for some interesting gameplay as well. And I think that's kind of why 343 did it. Although it would have been much better if they kind of, had both kinds of Team Snipers, where you had the traditional, you have the sniper rifle only, and then their take is, here's the sniper rifle, but you have a secondary weapon, right? But I remember people getting really, really angry about it, which I feel like that's a little bit ridiculous to get mad about, and I understand why people would have gotten that angry, but it's like, to me. But with this new update, this one I think is rightfully justified to get angry about, and that's that people have started to notice that in the shop, the newest armor set for Fractures, which personally I would never buy any armor set that comes from Fracture armors, because of just how little customization they have. But yeah, it's $17, and there's been a recurring theme that the microtransactions have started to slowly increase in price, right? Like initially it was like, oh, we've listened to your feedback, about the microtransactions. Here in the store, here's an ODST Spartan helmet for $7. Here's an armor set for only $12. Here's these armor sets again, but for $12. Except it says sale on it, so they're kind of implying, oh, these armors are on sale. Like, oh, this isn't actually what their price is from now on. And yeah, this Fracture's armor is $17, but the microtransactions in general have started to increase in price, which at the same time as, like, last time I played the game, there's like an armor coating for 100 credits, which I got because of the battle pass. I definitely think they've done some great improvements with putting credits in the battle pass. I got this nice BR because of it, and Clippy. And you know what? I'll admit, I have splurged a bit on this game because I really like it. I really enjoy this game. Like, I mean, you can see that I'm using the fucking nail polish coating, so I'm not exactly hiding that I've spent some money on this game. But you know what? I'm happy doing so, but I'm only spending money on the things that I actually like and will use. And of course, you know, I have the battle pass credits for me to save up for some stuff. And as for and like, this game, it's not a bad game at all. Like, this game is a really good game, but the problem with it is missing so much. Where do I even start with how much it's missing? I've wanted to do an infinite wishlist video on, like, game modes and maps I would like to see in the game, but, you know, I canceled the infinite wishlist because, you know, I'm not, like, a big Halo YouTuber that can just speak this stuff out, and, you know, I want my voice to be heard is the thing, and of course, you guys are listening, but, you know, when I showed off, like, you know, like, if I'm a very small YouTuber, so it's like, it's only like a few hundred people are going to see it, and it's not going to be, like, enough for 343 developers to at least acknowledge it, like, you know, compared to, like, you know, the Act Man or Late Night Gaming, Hidden Zerfia, all those YouTubers who do Halo content or are dedicated to Halo content. You know, 343 hears them, and they're even part of a program where they can give, like, internal, like, opinions and stuff like that, I believe. But, you know, some of the things that I really wish came back in this game was classic big team battle. I really like 12v12 big team battle, but to me, like, it feels way too much of a sweat fest, which, you know, I feel like that really shouldn't be a thing with, like, a 12v12 game, you know? It's kind of like, you know, as the generalness goes, the more people in a match, the more casual it is, you know? Like, you know, when it, like, 6v6 is, like, the competitive thing, 4v4 is the competitive thing, 2v2, 1v1, you know? Like, it gets sweatier the less people there are. And, you know, the more people, you know, the less sweaty. But to me, it's like 12v12 big team battle in Halo Infinite feels like a sweat fest. But also, there's just some things in it that I feel like can be bullshit. Like, you know, the game mode where your team must capture all 3 zones to score, and you score out of 3. Well, sometimes those zones can be bullshit. Like, for example, 2 of those capture points will spawn on the enemy team side, and they get 2 freebies, and then your team, who is completely uncoordinated because you're just a bunch of randoms, cannot coordinate to capture those zones because it's all on the enemy team side. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if it has changed because I stopped playing 12v12 big team battle because I don't enjoy it. And I just really wish there was like an 8v8 because, you know, there's that gap now. Like, you have 4v4 and 12v12. Like, you now have this huge gap, and like there's no 8v8 or anything like that, or 6v6. And when it comes to custom games, I'm not sure. I think they're fixed now. I didn't really look at the drop pod patch notes, but I feel like there's a lot of things that could have been added to custom games. Like when it comes to the bots, especially, like I love these bots. Despite the fact that I'm dying to them a lot, I love these bots a lot. But what's sad about them is they have a number limit on them. Like I would just love to like make a big team battle with nothing but bots. Like what if I could just make a big team battle with nothing but bots and just watch them fight each other? Or, you know, I get a couple of friends to play Halo Infinite and we want to do big team battle because we might enjoy it. Like, I mean, of course I just said I don't enjoy big team battle, but you know, I'm playing with friends, so hey. But, you know, we have a huge gap. We're like 5 or 4 people. And, you know, we're not going to have enough bots to fill up the rest of that player gap. And, wait, I thought I had unlimited scores set on. What's this? Sorry. Yeah, so, like, and I feel like there's some cool things that the bots could do that they don't do at all, right? Oh, it is set to infinite. I've been talking for 12 minutes, oh my god. But it feels like there could be, like, some really fun stuff that you could do with bots, or some fun things that bots could be doing, but they can't do because they're being restricted. Like, these bots were made for training mode only kinds of stuff. But it would be so much fun if there was, like, a type of bot that very much behaves like a player. Like, you know, I have these bots set to Spartan. This isn't how players act. These are just bots that have insanely strong accuracy and are less forgiving in their dead aim and misses. Like, these aren't how players act. Like, it'd be fun if there was just bots that acted like players and did player-like things, like interact with vehicles or interact with stuff on the map, but the bots don't do that. And I wish there was a kind of bot that did that. Like, there could be 2 types of bots. Like, you have the training bot, and then you have the player bot that you could use for custom games and stuff. And when Forge comes out, I really hope that bots can be compatible with the maps too. Like, if bots aren't compatible with Forge maps, that is going to be so disappointing. And, like, it seems like there's just some modes that bots aren't compatible with at all. Like, I remember I tried doing the Battle Royale mode with bots, and I don't think it worked at all. Or I might be misremembering, and I might be talking like an idiot here. But I just don't remember it working. And that's a shame, because it's like, that would be such a great way to practice doing the Battle Royale. Which, I want to talk about that Battle Royale after the timer. And you know what? I'll just end the match here. Like, like, none of these bots interact with the Warthog at all. And that's such a shame. Wait. Oh, he gaslit me so hard. But that's just such a shame. Like, these bots could very well be, like, interacting with, like, vehicles and stuff. There's, like, another type. But what was I going to talk about? I think I was going to talk... What was I going to talk about? I know... Okay, I discussed... I hope bots have compatibility with Forge. I'm really trying to think. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, the Battle Royale mode. I really liked it. Okay, so prior to Last Spartan Standing, I've never played a Battle Royale ever. I've never touched a Battle Royale. I thought it was a kind of genre that I'm like, I am not interested in Battle Royales. I understand why people like them. I'm not into it. And then, you know, Last Spartan Standing. So, like, when Last Spartan Standing was a thing... Oops, don't die. When Last Spartan Standing came out, prior to it, we knew from leaks that there were 2 battle royale modes. There's a big team battle with battle royale like elements, and then another battle royale, a proper one. And last Spartan standing was the big team battle with battle royale like elements, and I really do like it. I think it's really fun, and yeah. I just think it's a genuinely fun mode, and like, fuck, what am I trying to say? That was pretty cool of me, I think. I lost my train of thought completely. All right, yeah, it was a great battle royale. I think that's just all I had to say. I guess when you had all those COD. Not just COD people, just all those like YouTubers and streamers being like Halo Infinite will fail without a big team battle, and then like weeks later, once the game starts dying because of how little content there is, they're like, see, I told you so. No, you weren't telling anybody anything. The game was going to die down regardless, because even if the game had a battle royale, which realistically speaking, if it did have a battle royale at launch, there would have been even less content. Like, the game was still going to lose a lot of players because there is so little to do in it. And you know, it has gotten better, but it still needs more. And like, just if they added these super simple modes that just, like, these super simple mode variants, it just makes things so much more nice, right? Where are these people getting these spankers from? People, they're bots. I'm just going on a tirade now. What else is there to talk about? Firefight. Firefight is a mode in Halo that I love a lot. I love Firefight in Halo Reach so much. I even enjoyed Halo 5's, even though that one got a little bit more repetitive for me. At this point, I'm just talking about everything I wanted to talk about in my Infinite Wishlist series. All the videos that I planned, but I decided to scrap entirely because it wasn't going to work. It just wasn't going to work for someone as small as me. So I'm just dumping it all on you. So when it came to Firefight, I hope they kind of stick to Reach's Firefight. They don't try and do some crazy shit. I just hope that they kind of stick to traditional Halo Reach, Halo 3 Firefight, limited lives, fighting a set wave of stuff. But you know, I want to see like a bunch of variants of Firefight. Like, I want to see like Halo 5's Firefight somehow be adapted into Halo Infinite. Like maybe you have a limited amount of supplies that you need to use wisely in like Warzone Firefight, for example, rather than having these rec packs. Like, each player is given the same amount of their own personal resources, and they must use it wisely. Hell, that can even be like adapted into traditional Firefight, not like for regular Firefight, but like a variant of it, like Firefight resources, Warzone Firefight resources, right? Like old, like, you know. And I would also like to see, you know, like Halo Infinite's Firefight try and take a stab at bosses. Like, I personally think, why did I do that? I personally think, like, when it came to the bosses in the campaign, I thought they were executed pretty well. Like, I never thought any of them were out of place, or that any of them dragged or anything. Like compared to Warzone Firefight's bosses, where they're just this enemy but with a ton of HP instantly kills you and has a weapon, a rec pack weapon, which then like also just further adds on to the fact that they already insta-kill you. Like, you know, like, I think like what bosses in Halo Infinite can benefit from is like unique attacks that only that boss can do. Like, think of like like Tremonius, the first boss you fight in the campaign. Like, as far as I know, he's like the only brute that tries to like ground pound you or whatever. It's like that move in Halo 5 where you're in the air and then you ground smash into somebody. He does that, like, and as far as I know, he's the only brute that does that. And for him being a tutorial boss, he's also the only brute that I know of that uses a Hydra. You know, like, it's stuff like that to make, like, bosses unique. Like, and I feel like that's just, like, a great way to make Halo bosses work, is by making them stand out from their original counterpart. Like, you know, like, even, like Escharum, or what's his name? That one, the Cyborg Elite. Like, they all, like, have these, like, special things to them that separates them from, like, a regular elite. And when Firefight also comes out, I really need to concentrate. No, because there's more things I would like to see for Firefight. I'd like to see the Grunt Goblin come back. I'd like to see, like, more variants on enemies and more variety in them. Like a problem I've had with Firefight as a whole is how repetitive it can get. Like, even, like, Halo 5's Warzone Firefight, it gets repetitive. Halo Reach's Firefight, it gets repetitive. And, you know, 343 has tons of capabilities to make it as unrepetitive as possible, to add a lot of RNG to the kinds of enemies that spawn, to the variants of them that spawn. And, of course, you know, you want cohesion to that. Like, you don't want it to just be completely randomized enemies, although that could make it for another Firefight variant, you know, Firefight Randomized. Yeah, Firefight Fiesta, all the enemies are random, the weapons they spawn with are random. Like, there's a lot of things that you could do with Firefight. And I really want to see Firefight when it comes to Halo Infinite, because it definitely will. I don't know when, maybe a Season 4, Season 5 thing. I really hope it has a lot of variety and variations to it, because there is so much you can do with PvEs. Like, you know, there's a lot of variety to, like, the multiplayers in these Halo games. Like, Firefight can get that same kind of love too. But if there's one thing I especially want to see when it comes to Firefight, I want forgeable Firefight. Like, this one sounds like an absolute no-brainer. Being able to create your own Firefight maps can lead to so much creativity. Like, here's an easy one. Bloons Tower Defense and Firefight. You can customize the enemies. You can create your own custom bosses. You can give your own enemies, like, their own unique colors. Like, you know, like let's take that Bloons Tower Defense style. Okay, so we have Ungoy. We have melee-only Ungoys. We have melee-only Jackals. We have weaponless elites, weaponless grunts. They all just use their bare fists to attack your towers. And then you have, like, grunts with suicide grunts. Now you have, like, berserker brutes. Now you have sword elites. And then now you have a custom boss. A custom elite boss with a gravity hammer. Well, you know, of course, like, assuming if an elite can actually use a gravity hammer. But, you know, like, that's the kind of variety you can do with who. Like, if you can create your own bosses, you could create your own little, like, characters. You could, like, do so much with it. Like, you know, I can create my own grunt boss. I can make him the color green. Give him, like, a... give him a skewer. And then name him Gloob Gloob. Gloob Gloob the skewer grunt. And he has a shield. He throws spiker grenades. He'll suicide with spiker grenades. You know, you give these enemies compatibilities with all sorts of weaponry. And you can create, like, maybe you can even change the size of enemies too. Like, I make Gloob Gloob twice the size of a regular grunt. Now you just see this giant grunt just flailing everywhere. I am getting my ass handed to me in this. They're all hanging back here. Why are they all hanging back here? Like, is this a bug with the bots on this map? Why are they all hanging back here? What? Oh, I dropped my weapon. That's what happened. Okay, I lost train of thought again. But, like, again, with Forgeable Firefight, so much variety can be done. And I hope 343 lets that variety happen. And with Forge as a whole, I hope Forge has, like, from what we understand with the leaks of Forge, it is even more complex than Halo 5's Forge. It is significantly more complex. But I hope that complexity is worth it, and it lets me do things I want to do, like like moving map props, let me add buttons to the game. Like, if there's one thing I would love to create in Forge, is this one Half-Life 2 deathmatch map. Yes, Half-Life 2 deathmatch. It's this canals themed map that has, like, it's all outside, but there's one interior. But that interior has a button which, if you push, locks the door slowly. It sets off an alarm, and when the doors slowly close, everything outside gets obliterated by nuke. I would love to make a map like that for Halo. But will Halo Infinite's Forge tools let me create something complex like that? Like, interactable button with, like, a trigger that kills everything outside after a set period of time. Will I be able to do that stuff? And I don't think I will. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, the bots don't work on this map at all. Like, all my teammates are just, they're doing this. Like, how do you let this happen? Like, I've pointed out bugs like that before. Like, I made a whole video dedicated to the new Spartan Core's female and neutral body variant having a bug with the legs. And it's like, how do you let a bug like that happen to an armor core of all things? I haven't checked if it's actually been fixed. But, like, I'm just all flabbergasted. And, you know, I really want things to get better. But I don't think it's gonna be happening for a while. And, like, I really want to be playing this game, but it's like, like, I feel so demotivated to play it because, like, the Fractures event, which is going on again, like, I want to play, but it's like, not only do I have a lot of work to do with my YouTube, my PvZ2 mod, but, like, it's also, like, once it's gone, it's gone. There's a FOMO to it, but it's like, oh, well, FOMO would make me want to do it, but it's like, nope, I don't want to play the Fractures event. But, you know, it'd be great to play it, and I want to play it, but it's like, you know what? Here's one. What I hate about the Fractures event is that it's locked to one game mode. I get so burnt out playing these kinds of modes so badly. I get so burnt out so easily playing these kinds of modes. I just want them to just I just want to be able to earn these fracture items through more than just one mode. My throat is starting to hurt from how much I've been talking. And not only that, but what I hate about the battle pass for it Like, despite that they improved the Fractures Battle Pass a lot since its original first debut, like, you don't gain any XP from your other Battle Pass. If you gain something from your regular Fractures Battle Pass, like, it doesn't count that kind of XP towards, you know, your regular Battle Pass, which would be such a nice little thing to have, because it's not like you get what I'm saying.
Aerial velocity at
Hot things.
maximum.
I think I'm done.
Hostile
I think I've said everything I needed to say. Like, like, I know I kind of, everything I've been saying was all jumbled up, but I have no script. I've all said this all on the spot, and my throat actually really hurts. So, yeah, I've started to lose my patience with Halo Infinite. You know, I've been very kind to this game, and I still am. Don't get me wrong. Despite everything I've just said, I still really love this game, because, again, it's not a bad game at all. It's just missing so much. So, yeah, I don't know if any of you have made it to the end of this video. Hopefully so. Let me know what you want in the game. What is the game missing for you especially? Right? Because everything I've just said... You know what? One more thing. Why is there not a Jeff Steitzer AI in the game yet? Like... yeah. Why is there not a Jeff Steitzer in the game yet? Like... I don't care for these AIs. Lumu is cool and all. Mr. Chief is cool and all. But I just want to hear Jeff Steitzer, the voice of God Halo, speak. I just want to hear him speak. I hate that his role throughout the course of Halo games has started to just turn into like an announcer combined with other announcers. Like, you have the AI and Jeff Steitzer in Big Team Battle. It's the Commando Lady and Jeff Steitzer. In Halo 5, it was like this one nerd guy that you don't know anything about, and then Jeff Steitzer, with Jeff Steitzer only being to call out time limits, to count out scoring. Not scoring. Yeah, scoring. To count out medals. I just want to hear him for everything. Like, I want to hear him in Halo Infinite be like, M41 Spanker inbound. Like, I don't want to hear Lumu. Like, again, Lumu's a cool AI, but I just want a Jeff Steitzer AI. Like, I don't care if it's a microtransaction, although I would very much prefer it to be a Battle Pass item in the future. I just want to hear Jeff Steitzer be an AI for everything. And, okay, here's another thing I'm concerned about with Halo Infinite. File bloat. So, what I absolutely love about the way Halo Infinite has managed file sizes is by separating everything. Like, the campaign is its own separate download. Like, the true graphics of the game is its own separate download, and you can uninstall all of that. I think that is a great way... Sorry, my throat. I'm so sorry. I think it is a great way to handle with file sizes, because, like, one thing I hate with modern gaming in general is how much these games start to take up file size, because, you know, developers don't care to, like, optimize their games, or it's all about graphics. It's always about graphics. It's never about, like, actually trying to make the game, like, you know, games went from, like, a few gigabytes to now, like, 100 gigabytes, and Halo Infinite is going to become a 100 gigabyte plus game. Like, the Master Chief Collection is a 100 plus gigabyte game with everything installed in it. But, you know, that's like 5 games in 5 to 6 games in one game. So, you know, something like that being 100 gigabytes is totally understandable. And, you know, I feel like there's definitely things that are taking up unnecessary spaces, like Spartan chatter. Like, while I can disable it, I can't take it away from the game files. Like, the Spartans don't need to be speaking, and, like, when firefight comes, like, I know it's going to happen, because it was with Halo 5 as well. They're gonna be like, Brute Elite is killing us all. The Julian Glamas is destroying us. Escharum is wiping our defenses. Focus on Escharum. Those red hunters are there. Go shoot them, guys. Red hunter right there. You know, like, so much. Like, the Spartan chatter is unnecessary. It is so unnecessary. And you know, when firefight comes, it's going to be a big haul on the file size. Even with the AI, or whoever the announcer is, which I hope to God just stays as Jeff Steitzer, but you know that I know that's not going to happen. It's going to be like Escharum has been deployed. Finish him or whatever. You know, it's going to say unnecessary shit that I don't need to hear. You know what? If firefight does become a thing, and if the announcer were to not be, I think I'd actually would really like for Escharum to be the announcer. Like, I really enjoyed Escharum throughout Halo Infinite, and I thought the boss fight with him was a great payoff. Like, I loved him throughout the entire game. He always hyped me up. You know, I think it'd be fun if he was the announcer for firefight. Okay, you know, okay, I'm done with the video now. I spoke for way longer than I should have. I've spoken for probably an hour now, bitching about this game. But you know what? It's all with good intention, and you guys very well know so. So yeah, I doubt any of you have actually made it through this video, because, you know, I'm gonna be honest, my average viewer count usually leaves around the beginnings to middles of the videos, which is a bit of a bummer. But you know what, for those of you who made it through the end, thank you so much. You know, you're the people who, you know, well, of course, I appreciate anyone who takes the time to even check my video, but you guys especially, like, are the ones that mean the absolute most to me. Like, you're the true fans, or maybe you just enjoyed hearing me babble, which either way, I am very grateful. But you know what? Let me know, what do you think about, what do you think Halo Infinite could use to improve itself? And so yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.